Hello, Math 103 students. Welcome to section 4.3, division of polynomials. A few things. We will do this in two different parts because this section is a little longer, and the other thing is I cannot upload videos on YouTube that are longer than 15 minutes. So I had this issue last time, so I had to record it again. Okay, before we do some algebra, let's take a moment and look at some problems from middle school. If I say, let's divide 175 okay, if I say 175 divided by 3. Okay, if you recall, elementary school or middle school, this is how you did it. 175 divided by 3, and you were thinking about this. How many times 3 can go in 1? And the answer is it's impossible. Okay, I mean, you cannot do it. So then you did how many times 3 will go into 17, and the answer is 5 times, and there will be some left over. So you put 5 here, okay, and then you do 5 times 3, and you get 15. And then, if you recall, you did 17 minus 15, which is 2, and you bring 5 down, okay? And then you ask yourself, how many times will 3 go into 25? 3 will go into 24 8 times, okay? So that'll be 8, and then 8 times 3, the answer is 24. Okay, and now if you subtract 24, 5 minus 4 is 1, and that's your reminder, okay? So you can write it this way, 175 divided by 3 is equal to 58 remainder 1, or you will see in a few minutes, I want you to write it 58, and you could just say 58 and 1/3. Okay, so now let's go to one algebra question. Okay, so now divide 4x to the fourth plus 8x squared minus 5x by 4x to the fourth. Okay, and we'll talk about long division. Okay, so now look at the example I just did before, typical arithmetic problem. Now, this is how we will do it. We're going to write 4x to the fourth plus 8x squared minus 5x, and I will place 4x squared over here. Okay? Now, think about example that we just did a few minutes ago. 4x squared, how many times will 4x squared go in 4x to the fourth? Or in other words, what number times 4x squared is equal to 4x to the fourth? And the answer is x squared. Why is it x squared? Because x squared times 4x squared is 4x to the fourth. Okay? And now, same thing, I will subtract. So if I subtract 4x squared minus 4x squared is 0, and then I bring down 8x squared minus 5x. Okay, and now I'm going to ask myself the same question. How many times will 4x squared go, how many times can 4x squared go into 8x squared? And the answer is 2. So that will be plus 2. And now I'm going to follow the method. I'm going to multiply 2 times 4x squared, which is 8x squared. And I'm going to continue the process. I want to subtract 8x squared minus 8x squared is 0. And I'm going to bring 5x down. So bring down 5x down. And now if you think about this, how many times will 4x squared go into negative 5x? And the answer is you cannot do it. So that's your reminder. Okay? Okay, so your final answer should look like this. X squared plus 2 minus 5 over 4x. Okay, and this is your final result. Okay, let's take a look at example number 2. Okay, so now I have this polynomial, which is a technically third degree polynomial with a leading coefficient of 3, and I will divide it by x minus 2. So right away, let's set up the algorithm. 3x cubed minus 3x squared minus 2x minus 4, and I will divide it by x minus 2. So let's ask yourself, how many times x will go into 3x to the third power, or in other words, what number times x is equal to 3x cubed? And the answer to this question is 3x squared. Why 3x squared? Because 3x squared times x is 3x cubed. So now let's multiply. Okay, 3x squared times x is 3x cubed. Okay, and 3x squared times negative 2 is negative 6x squared. Now, this is a little bit tricky, so please pay attention over here. Now I am subtracting the whole quantity. I'm subtracting this. And think about this. Every time you have a negative in front of parentheses, you're thinking about changing the signs inside. Right now, this is positive 3x cubed. But if I take the opposite, it will become negative 3x cubed. Right now, this is negative 6x squared. But if I change, because negative and negative gives you positive, so opposite of negative 6x squared is positive. So if I subtract, this will cancel. 3x cubed minus 3x cubed is 0, so I don't have to put it. But now, negative 3x squared minus negative 6x squared is really negative 3x squared plus 6x squared, which is technically 3x squared. And I'm going to bring down negative 2x and minus 4. Okay, now let's continue. How many times x can go into 3x squared? The answer is plus 3x. And now if you multiply 3x times x minus 2, you get 3x squared. 3x times negative 2 is negative 6x. And now I'm going to subtract again the way I did it before. Okay, so if I subtract this, I will get, oh sorry, I have some technical issues here. Okay, so if I subtract this, I will get 3x squared minus 3x squared is 0, negative 2x minus negative 6x. In other words, negative 2x plus 6x is 4x minus 4. Okay, and then ask yourself again, how many times will x go into 4x? The answer is plus 4. And then if you multiply, you will get 4 times x is 4x. Okay, and 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. And now if you subtract it, sorry for squeezing the work, if you subtract it, you will get 4x minus 4x is 0. And negative 4 minus negative 8 is technically negative 4 plus 8, which is 4. So that's your remainder. Okay, so the final answer to this question should look like this. 3x squared plus 3x plus 4, and the remainder is 4 over x minus 2. So your final answer should look like this. Okay, let's take a look now at one more example. Okay, and I'm gonna record a second part to this lecture later because I cannot fit it in 15 minutes. But I'm gonna skip, I showed you the solution over here. I'm gonna skip to one example that's a little bit more difficult. Okay, and the example I want to work on is this example over here. Okay, why is this example a little bit more challenging? First of all, let's take a look at this. It is written in standard form, 3x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4, but did you notice that the x term is missing? So in other words, you could write it this way, 3x cubed minus 2x squared plus 0x. Please notice that I'm putting 0x because that term is missing, plus 4, and I will divide this by x squared plus 2. Same idea. X squared, how many times will go x squared into 3x cubed? The answer is 3x. Let's multiply. What's 3x times x squared? 3x cubed. Okay, and what's 3x times 2? The answer is 6x. But notice where I'm putting 6x. I'm not putting 6x underneath negative 2x squared. I'm putting it over here. So everything is organized. And I can just put plus 0x squared over here. Now let's subtract. Oh, I have one mistake. 3x times x squared is 3x cubed. Okay, now if you subtract it, you will get 3x cubed minus 3x cubed is 0, which is correct. Negative 2x squared minus 0x squared is negative 2x squared. 0x minus negative 6 is negative 6x. Okay, and plus 4, I will bring it down. Okay, let's continue the process again. How many times x squared will go into negative 2x squared? In other words, what times x squared is negative 2x squared? The answer is minus 2. Oh, it's supposed to go here. And now let's multiply. Negative 2 times x squared is negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4, but I'm going to put it over here. Okay? And if you subtract it, you will get negative 2x squared minus negative 2x squared becomes technically 0. Negative 6x, you can put 0x here. So you get negative 6x. Okay? And 4 minus negative 4 becomes 4 plus 4, which is plus 8. And technically that's your remainder. Okay? So your final answer to this question should look like this. I'm going to put it on top of the paper so I can squeeze this. The final answer should be 3x minus 2 plus negative 6x plus 8, and this is divided by x squared plus 2. Okay, so this is your final answer. Okay, I will continue with the second part of this lecture, so please check Blackboard for the second video, and enjoy your day, and let's continue working hard. Thank you. Bye bye.